humans and future AI overlords. Today I'm here to talk about why use AI chatbots. Why even get started with them? So we're going to talk about answers, how an AI chatbot responds. We're going to talk about conversations. We're going to talk about brainstorming. We're going to talk about insights and learning, and then just complex questions. So when you Google something in Google, for example, I searched on Walt Disney World, it provided me 366 million results in 0.59 seconds. That's amazing. But when am I going to go through 366 million results? And of course it prioritizes stuff. Google is amazing. I still Google a lot, but I do have to say, since these AI chatbots have come out, I'm doing a little bit less Googling, and I just want to share why. So the big answer is, when I actually search in a chatbot, I don't just get a search, I get the ability to dive deeper into a conversation. So search is still relevant. There's great information here in search. It's a great place to get started. But when you need an answer, using a chatbot, so I asked it about Walt Disney World, and it's giving me information about Walt Disney World in a conversational format. So instead of just tons of links, for me to go through, this gives me a conversation and a place to start about a topic. And then you can see down there, enter a prompt, because I'm going to have a back and forth conversation about Walt Disney World. And in this one, I'm using googlebard as my chatbot. But a conversation that you can kind of keep, kind of an ongoing discussion with an AI is such a different experience until you've done it. When you do Google searches, it's like talking to a goldfish. Their memory is just a few seconds. So yes, you can do a search in Google, and then you can refine that search in Google and refine it even more, but you're still just doing a search and getting results. Search results, search results. In AI, you can ask it something and then have a conversation, and it remembers the conversation and has a deeper discussion with you. So it's one of those things that's it's a little bit hard to comprehend, because we're so used to just searching links, searching ads, searching, here's a bunch of information, have at it. Where now with these AI chatbots, you're getting more of a targeted conversation and a place to kind of get started. So I think it's such a dynamic difference than search. While search is still critical, I feel that using a chatbot to have a conversation about a topic is a very different experience. It feels more human. It can be a lot of fun. I've laughed. It's moved me emotionally, some of the conversations. Yes, sometimes you get that I'm just a large language model, I can't answer that question, kind of thing, or I don't, but so many times it feels more human than just the search results. So another great use for AIs is brainstorming. Have you ever, got that digital Word document up and you're like, I need to write on a topic and I don't know what to write about. I'm stuck. Or I'm writing that email and I don't know where to begin. It's like, yep, I'm stuck. What's great about AI is you can get unstuck. So you can go in there and just throw in some words to get started. And unlike search, where you're getting links, you can have a discussion. And even if you're just saying, I don't know where to get started with a topic, just put it in there. And a lot of times the chatbot will not just bring up some information, but even provide some recommended conversation starters. And then you can dive deeper into it. So you can ask the chatbot related ideas or concepts to a subject that you're looking for, and then begin to kind of layer in those ideas. I don't know about you sometimes, but my mind will just get stuck on a topic and I just, for some reason, can't get out of that loop that I'm in. Or sometimes if I have an idea, I'm having a hard time contrasting it with other concepts. I need to think more than just one dimensionally about something. I'll even ask for, a SWOT analysis, a strength weaknesses type of analysis on something to give me different perspectives on it, so that I'm not, kind of limited in what I'm thinking about. So creating, another key use for these tools. I have really been amazed with the ability for it to create content. So I asked it to write a story about my first trip to Walt Disney World, and it wrote up a story, and it had pictures in it and everything. And this is just one of those things where I think, you can create stories, you can create poetry. It has some amazing ability to assist you in creating content. So just like you're stuck writing that email or that word letter, it can help you actually build some content, get you going with, I would kind of say like kind of a template, but the creativity of it is truly amazing. And I feel like creating content inside of these tools is, it's a game changer. And breaking you out of whatever, mindset or block that you have, it's very helpful to easily just kick off that creative process, continue that brainstorm into creating content, modifying that content, making it personal. It's pretty amazing. Even creating photos. So I like using DALL-E 2 through bingchat to create photos. So I went and had it create photos of, create a picture of me at Walt Disney World. Now, of course, this isn't me, but these people are AI generated people at AI generated locations like Magic Kingdom and Epcot. It was very interesting going to the tool and asking it to draw a picture of me at Walt Disney World. And then it just picked out men and women, and then placed them in front of the iconic locations that are in, Magic Kingdom. So I had when I had it draw me at Walt Disney World, it drew me at Magic Kingdom, the iconic castle in the background. And it had an option to change it to Epcot. So I just clicked on that, and it drew me in front of Spaceship Earth. Well, me, air quoting, an AI generated me. And then I actually even had it create some Disney theme parks. And it was kind of amazing how it was using all the key elements, but I've got a picture of that at the very end. So learning. So I don't know about you, but I'm always learning, always learning. It doesn't matter. I think I will learn until the very end. There's just so much going on, so much change, so much excitement, so many possibilities. Sometimes when you're stuck in an area where you're unsure of something, just tell it, teach me something about. Where it can give you a fun fact, so I just added, teach me something about Walt Disney World. So it talked about utilidors, which, is something that I think is a very fascinating subject about the underground at Magic Kingdom, the corridors down there. But, but if you want to learn something, just ask it, teach me, something about a subject, or if there's an area that you're interested in or something that you've got a problem with, you can grab that information and say, explain this, and even tell it, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. If it gives you something that may be too complex, I like the ability to basically make it simpler or make it high level, or if you've got a PhD in some subject and you need to make it, super brainy, you can tell it to talk at that level. So what I think is super powerful about this tool is it's a wonderful teaching tool. So instead of having to Google things and sift through those millions of links to learn things, you can just have it teach you stuff directly from the tool, which I think is extremely powerful. Now, the other thing too is that a lot of the AIs will deliver insights to you. Sometimes those insights will come back with recommendations for follow-up questions. And you have to say, I do click those because many times I find them actually really relevant, really valuable. Clearly they're training They've got an understanding of the question behind the question and recommending. Now, I do have to say, sometimes the recommendation is like, whoa, where did that come from? But these models are learning and getting smarter. But I find the creativity and the insights that they can give you are really powerful. So, for example, what insights do you have about a visit to Walt Disney World? So obviously, like planning is really, critical. Being flexible, these are common things, but I have had it recommend insights about things, about specific topics that were really like amazing. Very complex topics where it was asking me questions to think about or to ask that were really, really well. The questions and insights I was not even considering. The limitation of my experience, limitation of my education, limitation of my background. Sometimes, the AIs will see things in what you're trying to look for and give you those options. But sometimes you can just ask it, what insights do you have about a particular topic, and then it can just kind of help surface that up to give you a background, to give you some of those insights that maybe you don't have just because you don't have much experience about it. Now, complex questions. So, for example, like you could ask it like, when's the best time to go to Walt Disney World? But you could also ask it like, when's the best time to go to Walt Disney World when it's least busy? Or you could even say, when is the best time to visit Walt Disney World, and prioritize the least to most busy times. So you can get to more in-depth, complex questions that meet your needs. And I find it's kind of like, when you do a Google search and you're making your search more specific, but with an AI that you're having a conversation with, that can be very much in the flow of the conversation. I can go very much, just like you're talking to a person, you can go to and fro, high level, deeper, shift topic, look at related stuff, but asking complex questions and building out a plan and a budget, for X number of people, and, creating recipes with someone that's got allergies. You're doing a dinner party for something and you got someone that's a vegan and someone that's allergic to, shellfish, or whatever. Create a meal for my guests with these, limitations and restrictions, so nobody gets sick. But I feel like these complex questions are really exciting because then you're not having to compartmentalize them in individual searches and then mash them together. You can begin to just ask the question, dive deeper into a discussion, get to a more deeper complex question, and then just kind of, have that dynamic back and forth with the AI. So here's some of the images that the AI generated, the DALL-E 2 through bingchat created for me. And I thought it was really amazing how it created people in front of different locations at Walt Disney World. And then I asked it to create a picture of the 4 Disney World theme parks in one picture. And it was really interesting how it mashed up different photos in different ways. I thought it was really beautiful. But I think that's the power of AI. It can create things that never existed before. It can use your knowledge and imagination to take you further and deeper into a subject, to explore ideas, to explore personal questions, it's like having a super awesome, best friend that that has knowledge of so many different things that you can dive into and get perspective on. Yeah, there are times you're going to get that I'm just a large language model kind of response, but that's more the exception than the rule in my experience. And I've really enjoyed using AI. So I hope that you will go explore these new AI chatbots. They are truly magical and powerful, and they can help you personally, professionally, in so many ways. The light bulb has to come on for you and for what's meaningful to you and for what's meaningful to the people you want to share this with yourself. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. Have a great day. Oh, and visit Walt Disney World. It's awesome.